Lamae Beolfag, to be blunt, is a literal and metaphorical rape allegory, as Priestess of Arkay, her violation and transformation into the first vampire is a direct insult at Arkay, the god of cycle of life and death. As the first vampire, the state of Lamae Beolfag is arguably worse than being a zombie in the context of Arkay, as unlike zombies, vampires are walking preservation of life and death, at the same time being the literal limbo of the two states. One particular thing to note, Lamae Beol states, "You sought to poison us with your blood, but we survived, and from your poison we grew." Taking that line into account could suggest that Molag Beol didn't intend for her to live or vampires to come into existence for that matter. Anyways, Lamae understandably holds a grudge against both the Daedra and the Aedra, specifically Arkay, the god of life and death. So why didn't the Aedra or Arkay answer Lamae's cry for help, even though she was a devout priestess of Arkay in her time of despair? This has been lingering in my mind for a while, and to be honest, my first thought and reaction is always to smite Arkay and Aedra, calling them useless, but considering how deep and complicated the lore of Elder Scrolls is, I couldn't help but think, did the Aedra really abandon her? Are they really incompetent? And this is what I've come up with from my research. The argument in favor of Arkay as to why he didn't help or interfere during the corruption of Lamae is that there may have been a limitation to what he could do for Lamae. Molag Beol corrupted her to disrupt the cycle of life and death, and it's possible that Arkay, who governs the transition from life and death, couldn't intervene in a case outside this cycle. Additionally, Molag Beol might have taken measures to prevent Arkay from communicating with Lamae, making her corruption harder to undo. Molag Beol's action in turning Lamae into vampire were unprecedented and broke the conventional rules of life and death, which is the whole point Molag Beol is trying to make in a sense. Lamae Beol's story serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of losing faith. She committed terrible atrocities against a tribe herself. It was only after these actions that she turned to Arkay for help. Given her actions and the loss of her innocence, it's not surprising that Arkay, whether she was undead or not, did not or could not answer her plea for help. To clarify why they could not part, we have to first look at how Aedra are set in power in Nirn. The divines in the Elder Scrolls are often criticized for their perceived lack of involvement in mortal affairs, but it's important to consider their limitation. Most of their power is dedicated to maintaining the stability of Nirn. This criticism reflects a bias against religion in the Elder Scrolls universe. In reality, the divines could be seen as ideal gods, available when needed but respecting people's autonomy. Each divine has a specific role, such as Mara's forgiveness and care, Zenithar's focus on fair trade and hard work, and Arkay's role in peaceful transition from life to death. The divines are remarkably laid-back deities, and they don't engage in typical intersect conflicts seen in many religions. Worshippers of Mara, for instance, don't denounce others for their method of worship. The simplest way to understand this is to look at the divines as a compilation of program that forms an operating system. They do what they are programmed to do or what their power allows them, but most of their power are tied to holding the Nirn or the system together, making it a reality. So in that sense, they are taking an active role. Most of their attention is toward making the world, function. This has been pointed out in universe by Bishop Artorius Ponticus, particularly regarding Akathos. He says, Father Akathos might be considered the most active Aedra of all, as we sense him every second in the passage of time, being the god of time. But people are so biased against even the idea of religions that they call non-meddling gods whose only real tenets are "don't be an asshole jerks." And those same people will explain very clearly in the same breath how Molag Beol, the king of rape, isn't actually evil because he is just acting in accordance with his nature. It is, however, understandable from the perspective of victims of the Daedra. As mortals, we view gods as the all-omnipotent and omnipresent, and in the time you need them the most, their absence does make us feel like they are useless. Anyways, that's what I think of the matter. What do you think? Why didn't the Aedra help her? Are they inferior to the Daedra?